Continuing where we left off last episode, Mana goes on the attack against Kurumi and basically one-shot her, and even after seeing Kurumi killing those 4 guys, Shido still begs Mana not to end Kurumi, but Mana finishes the job. Shido goes mad saying how can Mana be so calm about murdering someone, because Mana has killed Kurumi countless of time, and Tokisaki Kurumi is a special spirit, she'll come back after death and go back to murdering people. This being the case, she is used to it because no one could win against Kurumi. Shido returns to Kotori just to get bitch slapped for complaining that he couldn't do this anymore after seeing that not all spirits are kind. Kotori commands him to not give up and stop being a bitch. At night, Shido had a conversation with Toka, and she told him that Kotori has informed her about Kurumi, the undying killing machine of a spirit. Shido explains his worries about not knowing how to stop Kurumi from killing people, as she is so much different from Toka and Yoshino. Toka reassures him that no, Kurumi is the same, but it's going to be a lot harder to convince her to change her habits because Toka believes there is still hope. The next day at school, when Kurumi confronts Shido, he didn't waste any time. Shido tells her that he will save her, and he will not allow her to take any more lives. Kurumi shifts to her spirit form and with the will to test Shido's words, unleash her powers and creates a barrier at the school that weakens everyone inside. Shido is not affected as Rain explains that he has the power of Toka and Yoshino inside him, so he has some divine protection towards the magic, but Toka is getting weaker. Kurumi calls Shido to meet her at the roof if he wants to save everyone in the school. He faces Kurumi, but the funny thing is, Origami also faces Kurumi, Toka also faces Kurumi, all at the same time. She explains to Shido that she is taking everyone's time away and her I represent her time, because she is running out of time to live, she is taking other people's lifespan and giving it all to herself. But for Shido, she wants to consume him in a more traditional manner. But she wants to know if he still wants to save her. And if he retracts his words, she would stop this barrier immediately and by that, everyone would be saved. Shido stood on business and didn't budge. Kurumi then unleashes a spacequake, and now she wonders what Shido will do, but Rain informs Shido that Kurumi's mental state is showing a lot of fear, which means whatever Shido is doing is working, so he decides to emphasize on it and jumps off, but Kurumi saves him. Shido threatens her that he would bite his tongue and die if Kurumi doesn't pull back her attack. Kurumi complies to Shido's request. And Shido starts his rizzing skills by begging Kurumi to start a new life, a life where it is interesting to live without murdering people. As Kurumi's heart starts to flutter, she goes for Shido's hand, but the other version of Kurumi kills her, and Mana came just in time to save Shido. Kurumi then spun back on the ops by using her powers, and reverses back in time, and with her overpowered techniques, easily destroys Mana. Toka and Origami arrives a bit late, but this just excites Kurumi even more as she releases all of her clones from different timelines. Kinda an overkill if you ask me, she got them all cornered and on top of that, she creates another spacequake. But, it disappears, and to everyone's surprise, it's Kotori with her divine power in the sky. Kotori then goes toe-to-toe with Kurumi, but with her time-stopping bullets, she got the best out of her, point-blank execution style. Kotori gets back up with regenerative abilities and turns her axe into a cannon. Anyways, I started blasting. Kotori then blasted Kurumi into ashes, but realizing Kotori is not herself anymore, and not wanting Kurumi to die, Shido goes in front of the gun protecting Kurumi, hoping her to stop her attack, but sometimes later, Shido wakes up after recovering from his injuries. Rain updates him that everyone is alive. Mana and Origami had to be evacuated by the AST. Toka by his side, Kurumi got away after the battle, and your sister, confront her on your own. Shido directly asks Kotori to be honest and tell him who she really is. Kotori admits she is indeed a spirit, but she doesn't really remember how she became one, as she only remember almost killing Shido with her signature flames abilities. But more importantly, unlike Toka, she gains almost 100% of her powers, so in 2 days, Shido must seal her powers just like he did to the others. He must date and make Kotori falls in love with him and kiss. Kotori almost threw up just by thinking about that. But if in 2 days those conditions are not met, Kotori will never be the same again. After some time, Shido meets Origami in the hospital and they had a conversation about what happened last time, because when Kotori appeared, she was immediately knocked out by Kurumi. Shido lies to her that he was also unconscious. And he was lucky that he did, as Origami revealed that she saw a glimpse of those crimson flames, the flames that killed both of her parents. Shido realized that it was Kotori's spirit who killed them, and things are getting bad as Origami now has a clear goal to find and eliminate his sister if she ever finds out it was Kotori.